Good morning, January 20th, Fixed Virus Security Show. So, today I wanted to go over the news of the day. The news of the day is the Up France, the hashmark Up France, which I blogged about yesterday. It's still going on. There's a lot of sites that are getting attacked in France due to the political events that happened. So there's a few people that have decided they're going to attack the French websites and other French machines on the internet. They're calling this event hashtag #OpFrance. So if you do a search for that on Twitter, you will see a bunch of attacks saying, for example, Anon Op Saudi X2 says hashtag #OpFrance DDoS target. LeMond.France was attacked. No website. Here's the IP address, port 80, port 443. So, Anonymous says top NATO wars. So there's people out there that are attacking French websites due to the political situation of the Charlie Hebdo situation, which I'm not going to recount the political and reasons of why people are doing it. I'm really not interested in that. I'm just interested in the risk management. So, there's different things can happen throughout the year. So we're now in January 20th. So 20 days have gone by, or 19 days and a half have gone by. So what's going to happen in the next 340 days? So you got to think, you're rolling the dice at this point. How will my sites that I have on the internet be affected? How will they be affected? So am I going to take a look at them? Am I going to check them out? Or am I going to just let them be on the internet and hopefully everything will be okay? Well, those French websites, fortunately, if they're lucky, it'll just be a basic hacker attacking them. And if they're doing a basic DDoS attack, they might get a little bit busy on their website. And that's all. Hopefully that's the case. Now, if you have a little bit more sophisticated person attacking you, then the dice that you roll that, maybe, not a sophisticated attack, a more sophisticated attack is coming at you, then all of a sudden things will change. So let's move on to the tip of the day and go from there. Well, I love that part. Anyway, so the tip of the day, I wanted to suggest to do a Sigma scan onto your website. And just to go over here, we have in the cycle of how a hacker will attack you, they will first do an initial scan, an S. Then they will do a vulnerability analysis depending on what the scan said. So if the initial scan was an Nmap scan, which is typical of most hackers, They will check to see what ports are open on your machines. How does your machine respond to various types of SYN and half open, TCP, UDP scans, etc. How will your machine respond? That's what the initial scan will do. So depending on the initial scan, then they'll do a vulnerability analysis, the VA. You can barely see it, I guess, but we've talked about this before in previous videos. So in the vulnerability analysis, you're going to do a quick or not so quick, depending on how good you are. So you've got a port 80 open. That means there's a website open. What kind of website is it? Well, you're going to do a little bit more analysis. Do a wget command. Depending on how good they are, they might have some different tools. They might run Nikto. It depends. So now they're going to investigate the machine. You know, what is it really, and how can I attack it? Analyze. Vulnerability analysis. Then, using all of that data, they can do a penetration and exploit, PE. So that's what I focused on here, penetration and exploit. So the Sigma scan is part of the SVA. We can do just a little bit of penetration and exploit in Sigma scan. But I just wanted to point out here, a Sigma scan is an alpha scan, which basically is your Nmap, and then it adds a Nessus, Nikto, different tools. It really does depend on what the alpha scan revealed. So we have the Nessus, Nikto, which is a vulnerability analysis tools, and then we may do cross-site scripting, SQL injection, or cross-site request forgery. So we may do, it depends on what's going on, whether what kind of attacks or what kind of attempted penetrations we might do. So a Sigma scan is really an alpha scan plus additional attacks to try to see if we can weaken or find out what the weak points are, rather, of the machine. We're typically the type of attacks like that OpFrance is doing, the DOS attacks, denial of service. Those kinds of attacks are not really designed to exploit. They're really just designed to annoy and maybe create a headline or two. So that's really the key with that, the OpFrance thing. But still, I mean, you got to think about it. You're gaining some attention. So all the French sites right now, I would definitely be doing your own scanning to make sure that you don't have anything open that could be exploited by the hackers. The hackers are definitely checking those sites out a little bit more than regular. At any point in time, there are thousands and millions of scans going on constantly. It's all automated. The hackers now are criminal hackers. They're wanting to connect and take over your sites to make money. They're wanting that last little bit of that cycle, the control aspect. C. They're not interested in just doing the SVAPE, the scanning, the vulnerability analysis, the penetration and exploit. Hackers in the past used to want to do that just for the fun of it. But now they're wanting to do this to control your machine. Why? Because they can steal your, if there are any credit card data on it, or they can steal any type of data that you have, or they can just steal your resources. They can now use your machines to attack other machines using DOS attacks. So that is the tip of the day. Thank you for listening. We'll have another show this week, sometime later. Probably not tomorrow. I'm got a couple meetings, so either Thursday or Friday, depending on what's going on. Appreciate the listen. Thank you.